Hello and welcome to this video. In this video we are going to talk about the rising cases in the northeastern states and trends that I am seeing in this area. And looking at the map here on BNO's website, you will notice here, if we look at the national view, it's pretty much flat to falling in some places down in the south, out in the west. There's some places rising. Great Lakes are rising, but there's one thing that stands out the most. The northeastern United States. All the states in the northeastern region of the United States are rising for coronavirus cases right now. And going through the cases, I'll just start out with my home state here in Pennsylvania. We were up slightly on our week-over-week report. September 7th was 16,909. The current week was 17,506. Continuing on here to New Jersey. New Jersey has been trending higher, 6.3% higher. In fact, there was a really alarming bit of news that I found this morning on Twitter, and that is the state of New Jersey is now out of ICU beds for kids. There's no more ICU beds left for children in New Jersey. Yeah, kids need to be back in school and in person. Well, guess what? The consequences is a lot of them are positive, and some of them are getting severe cases, which has overwhelmed the hospital system, and there's no more ICUs left for kids. Taking a look at cases, as you can see here, September 11th, 1,428. And you can see there were some 1,000 days and some 2,000 days. Then you come to the current week. After September 12th, coming up to the 13th, every single day has been over 2,000, almost pushing 3,000 on September 15th. So that is concerning. And taking a look at the hospitalizations, there's no clear trend here with the overall hospitalizations, but I suspect pretty soon they are going to start rising. And as you know, there could be some suppression in that number. All right, let's come down and take a look at Vermont. Vermont's been rising. And as you can see, Vermont does weekly updates. September 7th, 432. Current week, 542 cases, so that's up. And here's the one that's most notable. Connecticut, 85.7%, if you caught that there on the screen real quickly. Take a look at the cases. So the previous week there was a 1,000 day, one of them. Then it was all in the hundreds. But then we come to September 14th. 2,944 new cases. And remember here, this is not a backlog. Connecticut updates every single day. Maybe a couple days were short and they fell behind. Even at that, they update every single day. So there were 3 days in a row over 1,000 cases. September 14th, 2,944. September 15th, 1,407. September 16th, 1,153. September 17th, 654 cases. That's just total insanity that they are rising this quickly. And we have yet to see today's number, and it'll be interesting to see what the next couple days. I suspect today and tomorrow will be lower because it's Sunday, and Monday continues to be lagged with the weekend numbers just being lower testing on. But still, this is concerning, and we'll see where the current week or the upcoming week goes. And if we look at the hospitalizations in Connecticut here on the chart, they're not really rising much yet. And this has been the theme in all the states we've shown so far. But I suspect that's going to change soon. And if we look at September 17th, that did rise 24. By 24. All right, continuing. Let's take a look at the state of Maine. Maine's up 32.8%. Let's see how noticeable that is, shall we? And as for the state of Maine, hospitalizations, they've risen slightly and then they dropped some. And that's because they did have a summer wave and then it peaked a little bit. I suspect Maine will start rising with hospitalizations again. Looking at the previous week, there was a 442 day on the 7th. 8th was 293, then 275, then 257. If you look at the current week, not as many days were in the 200s, but 3 of them in a row were in the 300s. Which is higher than last week. And on September 17th, which is the most recent update, 234. So yes, Maine is rising. All right, New York State. I want to do New York State a little bit differently. We're going to start off with the positivity from Walgreens. Check this out. New York State is 32.2% positive. The previous week at this point was 26.2%. That's up 6%, and that's with higher testing. And take a look at the chart here. You can see here, it is going up pretty exponentially and pretty quickly. Let's dive deeper into New York State, shall we? Taking a look at statewide here, you can see there is the slight trend in cases going up here. The most recent update showed 5,755. However, let's just go across all different regions of the state. Capital region, okay, going up slightly. Central New York, it is much more noticeable. And it would appear here, like what we saw back in the spring, Central New York is rising faster than the rest of the state. Let's take a look at the Finger Lakes. Finger Lakes, somewhat faster than the overall state number, but not as fast as the central region. Long Island's one where we're going to have to zoom in. As of just the past couple days, you can see here, all suddenly it is starting to go up. Let's go to the Mid-Hudson region. It's going up steadily here. And the general theme is the entire state's rising, but some areas are rising faster than others. Mohawk Valley started rising a little faster, but then it leveled off a little bit, maybe starting to rise again. New York City. New York City is somewhat starting to rise, but nothing major just yet. I think that's going to change pretty soon. North Country, check this out. North Country is really starting to get the ball going here. And the most recent update, they had 106 people positive. The peak for this week was 137 positives. Southern Tier. Not really rising too much in the Southern Tier, so we're going to skip over that one. Western New York, slightly rising, and I think this will eventually pick up the pace. But the overall trend in New York State is cases are rising, and that's the overall trend in the most of the Northeastern states. And there's another state that we should look at. We should check New Hampshire. So New Hampshire is up 27%. Let's see what's going on there with the cases and hospitalizations. First of all, hospitalizations are bouncing around all over the place. Can't really go by them. But cases here, there were more reported days this week, and the majority of them were a fair amount of cases, except for the 14th. But overall, the trend is higher, and I think that's because there are more reported days. And if we look at the Walgreens map, you can see here, Walgreens is higher in New Hampshire by 8.3%, so they're 26.3%. The previous week they were 18%, and there was slightly higher testing. Alrighty, thanks for watching this video and the concerning trends that are going on in the Northeast states. I think this is going to continue. I think more of the Great Lakes is going to eventually follow suit. And overall, what we're seeing here is the back to school, back to college surge, and plus colder weather is starting to come. The lows are getting colder at nighttime, so more people are headed indoors, resulting in more cases. And this is going to continue across all the northern states. Eventually, the southern will follow suit, but I don't think that's going to be until at least at some point in October. Alright, thanks for watching this video. Remember to hit like and subscribe down below, and stay safe, everyone. Do whatever you can to stay safe. Coronavirus is still serious. It's not over. It's still a pandemic. Alright, take care. See you next time.